Interactive helps you deliver compelling online programs to a global audience. Whether you want to create entirely new online or blended programs, or take a suite of existing campus courses online, we can provide all the services you need.
Your educational philosophy is the driving force behind everything we do. You want to provide your students with a more accessible learning environment, and we want to help you create it. Working together, we'll design a partnership strategy that reflects our joint strengths. Your requirements are unique, and Interactive is dedicated to making sure that your institution effectively transfers its core values to the online environment. Program design, digitization, global marketing, recruitment, admissions, technical support. The steps to delivering a successful online program to the international market can be overwhelming.
So, how do we do it? Interactive provides a three-tier framework of e-learning solutions, incorporating program design and digitization, marketing and recruitment services, and online program management. These three cornerstones represent a proven set of services that come together to form a robust and scalable program delivery model. We have an in-depth appreciation for how students want to learn online. We also understand how to structure programs so that the experience is always memorable and engaging, no matter the student's location. Our state-of-the-art in-house film studios produce world-class video content, orchestrated by an experienced team of presenters, editors, and instructional design professionals. And with rigorous quality assurance processes in place at every stage, you can be assured that the program will meet and exceed the high standards demanded by today's online learners.
Interactive supplies everything you need to fulfill your institution's unique e-learning objectives. Our ongoing mission is to provide you with increased organizational reach, lower operational costs, higher quality enrollments, and enhanced graduation rates.
Educational organizations worldwide rely on Interactive to manage their online activities. So step into this burgeoning marketplace with a partner who can turn your future vision into real-world results.
A team in a business needs to make two fundamental types of financial decisions: financing and investment decisions. These two decisions dictate money is borrowed and how money is spent. When firms want to carry out their plans, they require financing. They acquire this from creditors and owners. Owners give funds to a firm and in return get ownership interests. For a corporation, the ownership interests are shares of common stock, and the owners are stockholders or shareholders. Let's look at this a little further. When a corporation wants to obtain long-term capital, its managers must decide whether to sell common stock or to issue bonds. There are three primary advantages in bonds relative to common stock. 1. Tax savings. For tax purposes, bond interest is deductible. Dividends on stock are not. 2. Bonds do not affect stockholder control. There are no voting rights for bondholders, so stockholders retain full control of the company. 3. The return on equity of common stockholders may be higher. Bond interest expense decreases net income, but return on equity of common stockholders often is higher under bond financing, because the company issue no additional shares of common stock. In comparing equity financing to debt financing, the main advantage of equity is that companies have no obligation to repay the money acquired. When we compare debt financing with equity financing, there are some advances in debt, such as it offers better utilisation of resources, is better for short-term needs, offers tax advantages, is not dilutive, is simple to repay, and offers more reliable future impact forecasting. But there is one major disadvantage to debt. Debt reduces solvency. Compared to equity financing, debt financing is riskier. Companies repay debt at specific points in time, whether they are performing well or not. Therefore, the higher the percentage of debt financing, the riskier the company. Let's briefly review what we have learned here. When firms want to carry out their plans, they require financing. They acquire this through creditors and owners. Owners give funds to a firm and in return get ownership interests. There are three primary advantages in bonds relative to common stock. Bonds do not affect stockholder control, saving taxes, and the return on equity of common stockholders may be higher. When we compare debt financing with equity financing, there are some advances in debt. It offers better utilisation of resources, is better for short-term needs, offers tax advantages, is not dilutive, is simple to repay, and offers more reliable future impact forecasting. Now let's take a look at the 5 key points. 1. When firms want to carry out their plans, they require financing. 2. There are 3 primary advantages in bonds relative to common stock. Bonds do not affect stockholder control, result in tax savings, and the return on equity of common stockholders may be higher. 3. One major disadvantage for debt. Debt reduces solvency. 4. There are some advances in debt financing versus equity financing. It offers better utilisation of resources, is better for short-term needs, offers tax advantages, is not dilutive, is simple to repay, and offers more reliable future impact forecasting. 5. The higher the percentage of debt financing, the riskier the company.
Creating a successful online program means providing comprehensive delivery and support services all the way through to student graduation. That's why Interactive have designed an online delivery framework that encompasses everything you need to make sure your students stay fully engaged.
From admissions, student administration, and technical support, all the way through to online exams and assessments, our e-learning specialists understand the unique needs of online students. We have a wealth of experience in rapidly solving any problems that might arise.
Interactive also provides student retention supervision services, faculty management and training, and rigorous quality assurance processes, all designed to ensure that your online programs meet the highest academic standards.
As a complement to our program delivery services, your students can access our online career center, which bridges the gap between academic and professional development.
Interactive's program delivery service brings you an enhanced level of expertise in managing the online learning environment, all under one roof.
Welcome to this lesson on using information for performance and control, benchmarking or key performance indicators. KPIs and benchmarking is a process that controls and monitors the quality of policies, products, services, operations, and strategic planning of an organisation. Improvement can only work by contextualising process and performance through some form of measurement or use of information that is similar in performance to peers, standards of measurement, or standards of set criteria. Improvement is prioritised against importance for customers and performance against competitors or similar operations. Here, the objectives of setting benchmarks are to determine what or where improvements are needed, analyse how other organisations achieve their higher performance levels, and finally, use information-based evidence to improve performance. Performance is about meeting targets or other specifications that are used, typically in financial or operational areas, where almost every aspect of the organisation can be measured. Let's look a little closer at how this works. Benchmarking is the process of learning from others and involves comparing performance or methods against a comparable organisation or operation. Benchmarking is a broader concept than just setting performance targets or working out if a competitor is better than you.
The concept is based upon managing a process that could be shared by others and learning from an organisation that has developed better ways of managing their operation. There are different types of benchmarking for different aspects of the organisation. It's also an improvement tool to support a learning process for the organisation and is best applied throughout all levels and all employees. Performance is variable and affected by numerous factors, both internally and externally. Descriptors like good or bad do not always accurately describe performance, so other metrics and key performance indicators have been developed to measure all aspects of the organisation. Targets and goals are often used synonymously. However, there is a need to distinguish the differences between targets, aims, goals, and objectives. In terms of marketing, customer metrics can be used quite simply through customer lifetime value, or CLV, and customer acquisition cost, CAC, customer satisfaction and retention, net promoter score, NPS, and number of new or returning customers, though there are more elements that can be measured. Financial aspects of the organisation have a long history of using performance style ratios to measure profitability, risks, and return on investment. Processes can also be measured through customer support tickets, product defects, or the LOB efficiency measure. Human resource management uses employee turnover rate, which indicates departmental workplace cultures or reward satisfaction, but they can also use metrics based on responses to open positions, levels in qualifications and training, or just employee satisfaction. The application of metrics, benchmarks, and KPIs is about which one effectively measures the organisation, and this means they cannot always be universally applied to all organisations equally. Let's briefly review what we've learned here. Benchmarking and the use of metrics are essentially about improvement being contextualised within process and operations performance. The improvement priorities are determined by importance to the customers and performance against competitors who have a similar operation or organisation. Benchmarking is about collecting data as evidence and then enacting upon it. All levels of the organisation should be engaged in this process, not just senior or specialist managers. Performance should be set against the importance performance matrix to assist in decision making. The benchmarks, metrics, and KPIs should be applied appropriately to the type of organisation. This is a learning process that is based upon a learning loop of assessing performance, comparing against objectives, gaining new insights and capabilities, and then making improvements. Now let's take a look at the 5 key points. 1. Benchmarking, metrics, and KPIs contextualise performance with other similar or competitor organisations. 2. Benchmarking prioritises improvement-based importance to customers and against competitor performance. 3. Systematic data collection is an evidence-based process that appropriate metrics or KPIs should be applied to. 4. Benchmarking uses an importance improvement matrix for decision-making support. 5. Should engage all employees, not just management, as a learning process.
Our team works to ensure that your online marketing message is unique and tailor-made to meet your specific objectives, while improving your institution's online visibility. Your reputation is important to us, and that's why we work hard to guarantee the highest standards of academic integrity throughout the marketing and recruitment process. From social media and mobile campaigns through to bespoke website development, we design online strategies that deliver maximum return on investment. And across all of our marketing processes, we remain focused on promoting the academic philosophy and values that make your institution unique.
Our international reach gives us the ability to communicate your vision to a truly global body of online learners, bringing you the very best talent from all over the world. Detailed marketing analytics allows us to identify the best performing channels and maximize their reach, focusing on the specific requirements of each program. We regularly update and revise campaign strategies in order to reflect shifting demographic trends. These initiatives ensure that your future students have access to the online programs that best meet their educational goals.
At Interactive, we work to bring you unparalleled marketing and recruitment services, customized to your institutional objectives.
Now let's take a look at the 5 key points.
Please take a moment to look at the definition for yourself. 1. Spraying graffiti in public spaces. 2.
Information kept secret, for instance as a trade secret, is not usually considered prior art.
It is important to ask questions when things need clarification.
which qualify as an exempted scholarly work and may be protected by copyright.
Number 3, they are usually involved in the early stages of the B2B purchasing process.
Communication takes place in the office through various formats: face-to-face, group meetings, email,
or determinative role in relation to the content or outcome of the dispute.
These are facilitative, evaluative, and adjudicatory processes.
So those of you who are foragers need not fear.